What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 141st episode of Cartoon Fight Club. I'm your host, Animation Rewind, and if you're new to this series, be sure to check out the older content. But if you know how the game is played, then let's get ready for the fight. Now, I know most of you are wondering, where the heck is Megatron versus Frieza and why is it so delayed? Well, don't worry about that. I'm postponing that to episode 143. The animation for that fight is complete and so is the research. There's just a slight editing error and it'd be easier to postpone the episode than make you wait even more for it. And this episode between Godzilla and Barney.exe was animated by Omega Animation, so if you enjoy what you see, head on over to his channel and subscribe. So yeah, for this episode, we have a fight between Godzilla and Barney.exe, and with this being said, let's introduce Cartoon Fight Club's 141st round of fighters. Barney is a dinosaur of your imaginations, but Barney.exe is a dinosaur of your nightmares. Barney.exe, aka Barney the evil bus driver, haunts the lives of countless innocent children. Whatever they fear, he can use against them. Since he only occurs in the minds of his victims, he knows exactly what they know, and he knows what they fear. Barney.exe is also an alleged sex offender, cynically sexually abusing his victims before and after he takes their lives. He is also a sadist and enjoys torturing his victims by killing them slowly. Barney.exe gives off the impression that he's a good guy as he starts off by doing nice things towards his victims. His favorite activity is bus driving so he can pick up as many children as possible. Once he rounds up enough children, he will start his massacre, crushing the lives of everyone on his death bus. Because Barney.exe has access to your fears, he can use black magic to recreate what would be your living hell. With black magic, Barney can send any weapon or method of torture he needs to accomplish his goals. From machine guns, hellfire, magma storms, and doom music, Barney.exe has exactly the right elements to send you a living hell. Barney.exe can also commence mind control towards his victims' family members. This way he can falsely gain their trust and finish them off when they are most susceptible to being victimized. There are only two ways to beat Barney the evil bus driver. The first way is through suicide. If you can kill yourself before he does, then he will feel like a failure and lay dormant for 1,000 years. The second way is to figure out his own fears and use them against him. Barney.exe fears Oompa Loompas, freeform jazz, and worst of all, the real Barney. If any of these things comes his way, he will end himself in the fastest way possible. Overall, Barney.exe is a legendary killer bus driver with access to his victims' minds, and he can only be defeated if you discover his own fears.
In order to get the human race to leave him alone, Godzilla instinctively invaded Japan and many cities. Wherever he walked, he took out entire armies, monsters, and weaponry. This gave him the coined nickname as King of Monsters. Now, Godzilla is not a bad guy. He only does this out of defense and self-protection. In fact, if the planet is threatened by an outside threat, Godzilla will be more than willing to protect his home and even the human race from harm or extraterrestrial threats. Godzilla's signature attack is his distinctive atomic breath. Not much can survive a blast from Godzilla's atomic breath, as he generates and manipulates radiation to use it as a blasted projectile. The atomic breath is great for aiming at one specific target. However, if Godzilla wants to attack enemies at all corners, he can use his nuclear pulse. His nuclear pulse sends off deadly nuclear energies in all directions. A single pulse can easily wipe out an entire city block. Godzilla is an extremely skilled fighter, being able to take on multiple monsters and armies at once, and he's near impossible to put down. Godzilla has special G-cells and a really impressive healing factor. If Godzilla is sliced or blown to bits, he can come back from a single cell and regenerate, and breaking him down to begin with is no easy task, as Godzilla can easily survive many black holes. Now, as hard as it seems to put Godzilla down, it has been done before. And while it wasn't a permanent defeat, Godzilla was taken out to a single organ from a weapon known as the Oxygen Destroyer. The micro-oxygen particles and impulsive blast rate was powerful and deadly enough to destroy pretty much every part of Godzilla's body. Overall, Godzilla is a massive and powerful beast who is nearly undefeated in all the battles he's fought in. He has a useful healing factor and has been crowned the King of Monsters for over 50 years and counting.
And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle's going to take place on Earth with no prep. Let the battle begin! And the winner is Barney.exe. Now, before we explain why, I want to give a huge shout out to the battle animator, Omega Animation. If you enjoyed what you saw, head on over to his channel and subscribe. Barney.exe has claimed another victim, and he is victorious for plenty of reasons. Without any preparation, Godzilla would not know what it takes to scare Barney.exe. And since Barney.exe is only a figment of Godzilla's nightmares, Barney.exe knows everything about Godzilla and would know that Godzilla is severely weak to the Oxygen Destroyer. With this knowledge, Barney.exe can easily tap into his black magic and power himself with the same energy and force of the Oxygen Destroyer. Barney.exe is purely a mind game that Godzilla just isn't smart enough to win. Maybe physically Godzilla has the stats to keep up with Barney.exe, but when it comes to a mental showdown, Barney.exe is unmatched. If Godzilla knew Barney.exe's fears, this could have ended differently, but that was not the condition tonight, making the winner Barney.exe. Now, if you want to see Godzilla take on the regular Barney, and don't underestimate him, he's got magical powers too, all you gotta do is like this video. If this video gets 5,000 likes, there will be a rematch between Godzilla and regular Barney. Also, comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned because the next fighters are going to be revealed. And don't worry about Megatron vs. Frieza, that's going to be episode 143. On the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club.
There are few who deny it. What I do, I am the best, for my talents are renowned far and wide.